So-called Israeli Prime Minister, also known as so-called Israeli war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu, is expected to speak before Congress this week, Wednesday, July 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let us process the implications of this speech. Politically and unfortunately culturally speaking, America has a very large history of jingoistically gatekeeping who can contribute to our government. And suddenly, we have a foreign prime minister who is conditionally able to give an entire address to Congress? Given that we are standing on stolen land, I don't fucking think so. The United States Empire, being our government, is unconditionally an ally to the Israeli settler colonial project through thick and thin. So-called Israel's inception with the Nakba and its continuation with the Naksa and its continuation with the genocide since October 7th is also on stolen land, just like the United States is. It has been ruled by the International Court of Justice that Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, that the terrorist attacks committed by the IDF in Gaza and the violent settlements committed by Zionists in the West Bank are both illegal. At the time of recording, 186,000 Palestinians, including children, have been killed since October 7th. And suddenly, this fucking war criminal is gonna speak to our Congress? I don't fucking think so. And as Benjamin Netanyahu steps on American soil, there is no legal precedent to investigate this son of a bitch? I don't fucking think so! According to the United Nations, overcrowded and unsanitary UNRWA shelters have now become home to more than 1.4 million people. They lack everything, from food to hygiene to privacy. People live in inhumane conditions where diseases are spreading, including among children. They live through the unlivable, with the clock ticking fast towards famine. Even in these squalor conditions, Israel is using American bombs to decimate UNRWA-made schools as recent as last week. According to the United Nations, nearly 70% of UNRWA schools in Gaza have been hit since the war began. Over 95% of these schools were used as shelters when hit. 539 people sheltering in UNRWA facilities have been killed. In light of this horrific violence, one IDF soldier stated, quote, "It felt like a computer game. Every once in a while, a building comes down, and the feeling is, wow, how crazy, what fun." This is what billions of dollars of American taxpayer dollars is going towards, and for some fucking strange reason, as of recording this, 162 journalists have been killed since October 7th in the hands of the IDF. Now you tell me that somehow the United States Empire and the Israeli settler colonial project are somehow not terrorist organizations trying to cover their asses? Especially in light of an investigation on their fucking political leaders? Give me a fucking break. I don't fucking think so. We need to hold the American government accountable for its involvement in the Palestinian genocide. Because what most people don't understand about this genocide is that if this genocide is permissible, other genocides are permissible as well in the future. So what can you do to help? Well, luckily for you, there are a few things you can do to help. According to the Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics, children constitute approximately 43% of the total population of Palestine, 41 in the West Bank and 47 in the Gaza Strip. Women and children constitute 70% of missing persons in the Gaza Strip as a result of the Israeli aggression, totaling 70,000 people. Now keep in mind that these numbers that have been stated in this video are likely inaccurate, as the number of people who are affected by this genocide is likely far higher due to the bodies being buried under the rubble. Another thing you could do is call your local representative or senator at 202-224-3121. Again, that is 202-224-3121. And urge your local representative and or senator to reject Benjamin Netanyahu's speech on American soil before Congress. Remind them that Benjamin Netanyahu is facing an International Criminal Court arrest warrant for war crimes in Gaza, including the crimes using starvation as a weapon of war. Given that our government should be serving the people and not the other way around, The United States must not be complicit in any of these ongoing atrocities. If you need help making this call, there will be a script in the description for you to follow. You can make changes as you see fit. The last thing you could do is show up on Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Capitol building to protest in person Benjamin Netanyahu's arrival wearing red and making a people's red line. Because think about it, Biden has never established a red line despite talking about doing so. When it comes to the state, there is no red line for genocide, and that is why we need to establish a red line. Benjamin Netanyahu stepping on American soil with no accountability at all from our government is unacceptable. Building a red line around the Capitol building is the most bold thing you could do in a time like this. Of course, stay safe, bring lots of water, establish a buddy system, wear a mask, and of course, wear red. It's time to take matters into our own hands. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.